And
What's up,
we're live.
It's your girl, Frankie, Queen Imaginarian of House Tongerian, and we are here with, your name has gone off the thing with the banner. I got to pronounce this properly. El Tongero.
Hold on.
El Tongero is
El Tongero.
For World Tonger Federation News. I do love having that little, the R roll thing. I need more Tongerverse words that give me the opportunity to roll my R's. So we need some, yes, Beautimus, we need some Spanish-speaking folks to come on up in here and create some Tongerverse language so that I can have a little bit more spicy flavor in my Tongerverse.
I'm looking for words with R, so I never delete anything from all of the lives. So we literally, we have like everything. We have third phone screen Tonger. We have Crohn's Tonger.
Crohn's Tonger, what's up? Chachi Page.
It's classic. I mean, it's a fan favorite. It has been for a long time.
It has been for a long time. I was laughing today about some of the things that my sister says. I don't necessarily have permission to repeat them, and they might get us canceled anyway because they're that kind of hilarious. But it's still, yes, crime scene Tonger is one of my favorites. Let's do chalk outlines. Downtown Sioux Falls, cover downtown Sioux Falls sidewalks in chalk outlines for the Tonger tournament. And again, you know, turn them into like hopscotch, rock and roll. Let's do this, people. It's going to be a super crazy fun time. You're going to love it. Bar crawls, downtown Sioux Falls. Who doesn't want to? Everyone does.
It's happening. It's happening. But I think we have to answer this question now because people are asking themselves, and rightfully so, might I add, why would I go all the way up to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, from wherever in this world I may be? If I'm watching this live stream in Kazakhstan, we have a lot of Kazakh viewers. We love you.
Yes, we do.
We have a deep connection. We're going to keep saying that until it happens. So we have a lot of Kazakh viewers right now.
The reality is you only have to say it one time, and then it'll happen. You just need the one.
And then it's unfolding. Now they're saying this in Kazakh, but we're going to translate it into English.
Okay.
What is the truth about Tonger?
What is the truth about Tonger? The truth about Tonger is whatever you decide is the truth about Tonger. And that's the beauty of Tonger, is that you get to determine what truth resonates most with you in your Tongerian house.
This is the worst theme of an episode in history because it's over in the first 2 minutes.
Well, but listen,
done. You answered it.
No, but the fantastic thing is that it's not done. It's never done, because the thing about truths is that all truths are true to every individual in the now, and in the now it is infinite, the infinite present Tonger, right? So there are infinite truths right here in this present Tonger that you can explore. The show's not over. The show's only just beginning.
Correct. And that is the answer. And you can articulate it because you, Frankie, are a true child of the multiverse. You are actual living manifestation, but you are a third density manifestation of living within the multi-potentiality of the multiverse.
Which is why I drive myself crazy all day, every day, because being bottled up in this human vessel sometimes gets a little bit intense when you just want to fly off in all directions all day, every day. But that's okay. That's why we have our Tong Chi, so that we can center and ground just a bit and get with the river energy. That is correctimus. And then you feel better. Everything is good. Let me tell you what. State Park and National Park Tonger have been just fantastic for my mental health in so many beautiful ways. I do enjoy it.
That's just it. Friends, I want you to internalize this deeply, because whatever you are going through in life, and I don't care what it is, even if you're not going through it in life, even if you're going through it in the thing we call life, but it hasn't been life, but it might be life, and it possibly will come back around to life.
It's all just a fun little dreamscape that you get to zip zap around in, and it's a crazy good time.
Kind of here, there, and everywhere. If you find yourself lost in the dream, and let's be honest, we all find ourselves lost in the dream occasionally. And if you're lost in the dream, you got to do two things. First and foremost, you come back to the present Tonger. So you grab your tongs, okay? Simple. If you find yourself, I'm gonna do this so it can be clipped out nicely. If you find yourself lost in the dream of life,
you know I want to screw this up if you say that.
I know you do. I know you do. This is like
instantaneously. I want to just jump in the middle of it and screw up all your little. This is just going to be a perfect little clip.
This is going to be a perfect little clip. So we're going to have the perfect little IG thing, and it's going to go viral. It's going to go crazy.
No, it's going to go viral because I am crazy, and I'll just put my fun little energy into it. And you know what, Opus Clips, I hope you can deal with it.
That's it. Opus Clips knows what's up, because at the end of the day, the present Tonger is where everything comes back to. It goes beyond Opus Clips. It goes beyond podcasts, goes
comes
beyond
back to-
conversations. It doesn't go beyond Rodney. Nothing goes beyond Rodney. Oh, you couldn't.
Nothing goes beyond Rodney. Oh, I don't.
Nothing goes beyond Rodney.
Okay, fine.
Nothing.
And well, you know what? That's your truth that you get to have in the present Tonger. And I get to have my truth be that it's Bob Ross that nothing gets behind. Here we go. Nope.
That's it.
So that's my truth is Bob Ross. Oh, geez. And he's going to.
Oh, you should see some of the things I painted back in college.
I do. You know what? I would love to see some of the things that Rodney painted back in college, actually.
I really don't think you would, at least not in the company of children. So we're going to do a little fun thing here.
So we can't have
We're
the Rodney art would get us canceled on the LinkedIn's. Good to know.
He would get us canceled. We're going to keep coming back to the truth of Tonger, because the truth of Tonger is that there is no truth and there's only truth.
There is no truth and there is only truth, because all truths are true in the present Tonger.
Like stale.
There goes the Tongan. Challah bread. I can't listen. We got to work on that. That's a whole thing that we need more. We need more Tongerverse language that allows me to practice the various different cultural identities that I am living out in the Tongerverse that I have yet to meet. Like Bernie. It's so fun when you get to meet a new version of you in the Tongerverse.
It really is. And friends, a lot of people are watching this and they think we're both nuts. And then frankly, they're not wrong, but that's the best part of the whole thing. Because if you are thinking to yourself, I have no idea what they're talking about, you're already in the Tongerverse. Welcome, truly. Because taking in a conversation which makes no logical sense means you've entered the Tongerverse perfectly. And you are now among us. And we love you and we welcome you.
And we welcome
Stick around, grab a tong.
Grab a tongs. We're going to have some wonderful, crazy, good fun.
Let's talk about something, okay?
Let's talk about it. What do we got? Private detective outside Red Roof Inn Tonger.
This is a thing.
Okay. Red Roof Inn. The only Red Roof Inn that I can imagine in my brain sauce just now is on the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota, near La Crosse, which is a beautiful area.
It is.
Wisconsin. So, private detective outside of a Red Roof Inn. That just screams Who Framed Roger Rabbit to me.
Doesn't it though?
Right? Like in the present Tonger, I am imagining the patty cake situation with Jessica. And I do say that to myself frequently too when I'm upset about life things. Not patty cake, not my Jessica.
So okay, who's in the Red Roof Inn then? Is it Jessica in the Red Roof Inn, or is it Roger, and who hired the private dick?
Well, I have absolutely no idea. You tell me.
Well, which universe are we in then? I mean,
well, I'm in the universe of the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, where it's Jessica has been not bribed. What's the other one? Oh, here. See, this is where my monkeypox Tonger.
Right. That's no. That was no. Sorry, wrong plague. Give me a second.
Wrong plague.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Typhus Tonger.
Typhus Tonger multiverse. Okay.
Okay.
So Jessica's holed up in there with God knows who.
With God knows who, but there's some kind of shady something or other going on. She doesn't want to be there. But it's sort of like an infiltrating the patriarchy kind of thing. You know what? That's what it is. That's all the weird dreams that my sister keeps having about how she's infiltrating the patriarchy. So that's what it is. The private detective is Frankie in disguise, and she is secretly babysitting Jessica, who is my sister, having the weird dreams about infiltrating the patriarchy. What she is going to do, I don't know. Storm the castle with the tongs and just Tonger bomb all of it, because that would make everything better.
You know what else would too? We're going to talk about some cultural stuff. You down for that?
I'm down for it. Let's just, you know what? I am so happy to reveal my ignorance to everyone.
You won't be ignorant about this, friend.
What? Chislic Tonger.
People don't know what Chislic is, and they don't know what Tonger is. So tell them what Chislic is, and then tell them what Tonger is, and then tell them what Chislic Tonger is.
So, okay, explain the fractal, and then zoom in on the fractal, and then zoom back out of the fractal. Okay. Chislic is basically beef tips, and in the Midwest, we call it Chislic for reasons I don't actually understand myself, and I'm going to be 100,000% honest about this. Chislic, the word, I was not on the timeline where that existed in the Midwest until like my mid-20s, because I remember being like, what the hell is Chislic? Since when is this? So I don't know what I did to quantum jump until where Chislic is just a thing in the Midwest, but I did. And it's beef tips. And Tonger is, again, the way that you create your infinite Tongerverse in the most easy and effortless way. Tonger is the game that you create for yourself so that you can also create the universe that you would like to experience. And Chislic Tonger is where you get to eat beef with tongs, and you can dip them in ranch, and you can dip them in barbecue or honey mustard or like whatever. What would you dip your Chislic in?
Oh, are you kidding me? Well, first and foremost, I would season it with some Tonys.
Okay.
We got to give it that little Creole kick.
I don't know what Tony's is, so this is
well, this is a great segue. But yeah, it's
a spicy
it's a great
Creole
Louisiana
gumbo
seasoning.
Tonger. Okay.
I'm gonna bring a thing of it out to South Dakota.
So I'm gonna put it on pineapple.
Yeah, you are. You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be fantastimous.
It's gonna be fantastimous.
I'm thrilled about this already.
As you well should be. It's amazing. You can put it on literally anything, except ice cream.
Nope. Now Now we're testing that theory.
Now we are. Right.
Yeah. Now we're testing that. You can put it on everything. Okay. Well, it's going to be traveling around in my pocket with me with my pocket tongs so that I can try it on everything.
Then I can be like Rafi from the league and just have pocket dogs with that too. You got pocket tongs that are pocket dogs. Like, what? Rafi, you ever get a hot dog? I always carry a hot dog with me. Just pull it out and just start eating.
Why should you not?
I mean, you just
Real
should.
Life true story. My stepmom, it was pocket cookies. She would just always have cookies in her pocket. She was a dietitian at a hospital, so the prepackaged cookies. But ain't nothing wrong with a pocket hot dog or a pocket cookie. I support both.
There's nothing wrong with like your dietitian carrying around cookies all the time.
Nope. She
to
always
let you know you're in good hands.
You are in good hands. Absolutely. I tell you what, my stepmom was a saint.
I respect that.
Still is. Just haven't seen her in a hot minute. Hi, Cindy. Where's Cindy? Lifetime murder mystery Tonger.
Let's chop this up a little bit, shall we?
Oh, let me tell you what. I am true crime and that Lifetime murder mystery Tonger, 60 Minutes murder mystery Tonger, BBC detective shows murder mystery Tonger. I am all up in all of it. I am with it. Oh, and my board is moved because I was actually playing the Tonger with the 9 black goats, and then whoopsie, didn't put it back because we were so. I'm throwing imaginary Plutos, and I just landed one right over there on that blue 10 back. So 10 points to Hufflepuff.
I'm betraying my background, by the way, because people are realizing this is not brick every time I miss the board.
Well, what? That's
creating a ripple in the Tongerverse.
You know what? You can have it. We just need some. You know what? That's what we need in the Tongerverse is somebody who does some Foley sound for us, so that we can have some like really fun, ridiculous, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit cartoon like Foley sound.
Yes,
that would be super crazy fun time. I am down for that. Pull that in from the Tongerverse. Absolutely, we must have some very awesome Foley sound.
We are, and you know what else we're going to have the awesome stuff? We discussed this earlier.
Which one?
We are going to be giving away tongs during the Tonger celebration in Sioux Falls, but also on what has been dubbed Tonger Tour 24.
I love it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Tonger Tour 24.
Tonger Tour 24, starting where? It's like a yarn crawl, which is, sorry, that's just a life that I used to be in. You would do a yarn crawl in all the different yarn stores, but this one's going to be very cross country, and I dig it. I'm about it.
Yes. So this one is starting right here in beautiful Alexandria, Virginia, at the wonderful one and only Port City Brewery. And
don't know it, but excited about it.
Going to be great. We're going to kick it off there. And the beauty of this is going to be not advertised. We are not going to advertise promotional anything into it. It will travel and attract. It will travel and attract.
So we're just going to trust. I like this. We're just going to trust the Tongerverse to draw in all of the correctmas people. Well, now that is super extra fun. Because again, the effortless creation in the Tongerverse is definitely what Frankie is looking for. And I think a lot of us are. So just trust that the right people are the right, fun, awesome Tongerian fam are all going to show up in all the right places and all the right moments. And it's going to be beautimous.
So I asked this question to you, the viewing audience, either live or on replay. Pop it in the comments. Where should Tonger Tour 24 come this year? Open all suggestions.
All suggestions. Draw it in for the. Go grab your tongs. Grab. You know what? Now, see, that would be a fun thing. Let's put that out into the Tongerverse. Okay, Keeping Up with the Tongdashians reality show, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Right? So RV trip, cross country for Tonger Tour 25. What we do, we grab Plutos, we get a map of the US, and we just start throwing Plutos. It's going to be one of those, it's going to be a Velcro-y map. And you just throw Plutos to determine where you're going to end up and where you're going to go next. Keeping up with the Tongdashians. It's going to be great. And then you could just, again, you just go where you're meant to go because the Pluto told you that's where you go next. And you don't have to market or advertise. All the right people are just going to be there.
Yes.
Oh, this is very exciting.
Isn't this great? Because the Tongerverse, quite literally, I mean, well, we know this. You create your own
Tongerverse.
You do. And in our Tongerverse that Haley and I are co-creating here, or calling in, depending on which perspective you take, or shifting the point of consciousness to existence.
None of the perspectives are incorrect. They're all correct perspectives. So whatever perspective you have is just the Tongerverse timeline that you're on, and it's valid. It's
all valid. And what we're doing here is we are calling in / manifesting / stepping into the Tongerverse, where the Tongerverse grows inside out versus outside in. Now let's explain that, because I think this is confusing for a lot of people. It would have been confusing for me a little bit ago because everyone's on their own journey of like understanding, oh, that's right, that's my whole thing, and I just forgot, but now I'm remembering. So this is we're gonna give you a little what I call it, remembering seasoning. How's that? We're gonna have like little seasoning packets called them remembrance.
Remembrance. And it's gonna, you know what? You can just put Tony's needs to do some kind of some sponsorship, something with us, right? Where it's remembrance. It's good on absolutely everything. And the trick of it is when you find something that you don't like that it's on, it's not that it's bad, right? It's just like, oh, that's just not what I want in my Tongerverse. I just go ahead and set that aside. I like this. It's going to be little magical packets of what do I want in my Tongerverse and what do I not.
That's it. And the remembrance seasoning is what helps you remember that, because here's how you get what you want. Here's how you don't. Because we live in this third dimensional construct, or at least we see things in this like third dimensional construct. We seem to think that everything has to happen from matter. Therefore, in the way of the Tongerverse, a lot of people will say, well, how are you going to promote it? How are you going to advertise it? How are you going to grow it? How are you going to monetize it? How are you going to scale it? That's not how the Tongerverse works.
No.
The Tongerverse exists in fifth dimensional potentiality.
Listen, the how bit is not your responsibility in the Tongerverse. Your responsibility in the Tongerverse is to create, where is it that I'm going? What does this look like? What do I want to pull into my now? Grab it, pull it into the now. Do you know what? This is kind of fun. So I've been talking to Bernie by the riverside, right? Bernie has a very sort of easy intention setting perspective. It's a bit like cooking with a crock pot. Your intentions, you just set it and forget it. And that's all you have to do in the Tongerverse. You just set an intention for this is what I want and forget it. And then voila, it will manifest for you in the most magical of ways. Crockpot Tongerverse. A la Bernie. Thank you, Bernie, for the assist. There it is.
Be still, my Tongerian heart. That is just magic, Bernie.
Bernie's good stuff. Magic. I tell you, I've been enjoying hanging out by the riverside with Bernie.
Freaking magic on. Wow. Can we just let that marinate for a second?
You can absolutely let that marinate if you'd like to.
Or for like 6 hours in this case.
Exactly. See, that's the whole point. You forget about it, and you don't know when it's going to be done and pop into your, external physical experience. You just wait for it to happen.
Wait for it to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fun, because I had this epiphany today, and it came to me through Joey. Thank God.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, Joey, what's up? How's Joey doing? Well, hey there, Joey. It's nice to see you.
Hey, it's good to be here today, Bernie. Listen, I had a very epiphany today. It was very, listen, the epiphany was I'm not going to watch the match for the end of it. That's not an epiphany entirely, but it's fine. Joe, we're going to talk epiphanies, okay?
All right, but I think you and the Mets need to have a little bit of therapy Tonger together.
Therapy. You want to talk therapy? She would have talked to my mother for the last 18 years. That therapy, it puts me out of got money for the rent anymore because you're a therapist. Your therapist got a second boats going to Naples for the years. You're very welcome, therapist. Anyways, the present Tongers, okay, it's a very good place. And it gave me an epiphany today. That the Tongerverse, the one that you're all creating over here, the El Jefe, what you call it, a Queen Tongerian, Jordan people, Bernie, Frankie, all the rest of them.
All the rest of them.
The whole thing. The whole thing's already done. It's already been done. They're stepping into it. But they decided, Oh, you understand? The 5D part of them decided we're going to come back into the 3D meat shoots during the time when it's first getting going because it's a fun part of it. Otherwise, you're sitting there, the whole thing's done. That's no fun. It's done. So they're going to come back into the point of consciousness and they're going to see the whole thing through the lens of we're just building it right now, letting it unfold naturally into present Tongers. Okay? Because if they're not doing it in the present Tongers, there's no fun. Then what are we doing over here? We're watching the match. That's no fun. It's already done. The season's done. It's made. It's done. They're not going nowhere. It's done. It's done.
You know, it's a bit like a puzzle. You wouldn't purchase a puzzle that was already put together. You want to have all those pieces separate so you can sift and sort through them and put them together on your own, because that's the fun bit, is putting the puzzle together.
Never met my niece. If you think you want something you got to put together, she'd say, why isn't it done? And I'm asking you, wait, it's no fun. She doesn't understand fun. She's like, listen, I'm bored. What do you mean bored? A puzzle over here. And then I got to tell her to come back to the present Tongers.
The present Tongers.
Present Tongers, because that's where all the fun is.
That is where all the fun is. That's where you get to be whatever character you would like to be.
It's where the fun is. She's jumping here, she's jumping there, she's jumping everywhere. So I said, you want to have no fun? Come with me to watch the match. That's no fun. You're up there, section 328, you're drinking an $18 beer, you're watching them lose to the Marlins, the worst team in the league, and a 10-4, they're doing nothing. DS can't fight a strike zone no more. That's no fun. That's not
I tell you, that Tonger just got awful excited about an $18 beer. That's
fine. $18 beer, forget it. I try to renegotiate the contract, a light workers union. We've been sitting over there on strike, for the past 2.5 months. It's not doing nothing. We're just, contracts collecting dust, like the crock pot, Tongerverse over here. It's just collecting dust. It's slowly cooking. I got to have faith, though, right? I got to have the faith in the Tongerverse. The union's going to be okay. You tell me. I don't know nothing, Bernie.
You said it. Whatever intention it is, you said it and forget it. And just when you get concerned or worried or impatient, you just remind yourself, I already said it. It's been done. I will wait and watch for the magic to happen.
Let me tell you something about forgetting. I like the idea of forgetting. Listen, Bernie, conceptually, it's a very good idea. It is. Conceptually, it's just fantastic. But sometimes there's no forgetting. You obviously never met my sister-in-law. She don't forget nothing. I said, so, back in 2002, she's not letting me forget about that. So, the way you're talking her wrong, I understand this conceptually. My sister-in-law, she don't know nothing. But she's a fractal of the divine, and I love her, blah, 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 blah. There's no her, there's no me, there's no you. It's all in the present Tongers. It's all in the present Tongers.
It's all in the present Tongers, and it's all beautiful. It's all enjoyable.
It's fine. It's good. All right, so that's my, I'm stopping in here to say hi. I'm going to give it back to the other guy. He wants to pop in and say hey to you too. It's fine.
Well, Joey, the Mets fan, it was great to see you. We do thank you for joining us in the Tongerverse.
Go pop a Pepto-Bismol, watch the Mets. Okay.
I love it. Very good.
I love Joey.
I know, so nice of Joey to join us.
He's a good dude.
And Bernie, I do appreciate Bernie. She's been
Bernie's
real good. You know what? She's helped me to slow down. I like that Georgia pace, I got to say. It's a very relaxed sort of, I do enjoy the less anxiety.
Yeah. It's got that Tybee Island kind of thing going on, or like you're in that that's an awesome place. It's right outside of Savannah.
Okay.
It's this perfect, like if you want to just bug out from the entire world, that's the spot.
Very good. Put that on the Tonger Tour 2025, right? No, we can't because it's a random. So we'll just have to work it in sometime.
Oh, yeah.
But what do we got now? Now what are we creating in the time?
We're just
Tybee Island Tonger, and I get to learn about it. I'm excited. See, again, I'll go ahead and display my ignorance. I don't care because there could be some really fun things that I don't know about yet. I'm excited to learn more.
But it's just the illusion of ignorance because you know it all. You know everything, and so do I.
Right. And
we all know everything. We pretend to know nothing.
And you couldn't have curiosity if you knew everything. And curiosity is so much fun. It's so much fun that it kills the cat.
Yeah, we're back to this again. All right. I thought we had a conversation after last time about it. We're not going to get back into cat mutilation. We've been talking about this for a while. Like, kill the cat. There's more than one way to skin a cat. Like the enthusiasm for cat cruelty in this world is something I share. I don't like this. So moving on.
I'm a dog person myself. Listen, I kind of understand, but you got to, the love that you got to have is for Schrodinger's cat, right? Like the quantum physics arena. What cat? Is there a cat? Is there not? There is and there isn't simultaneously. All things exist in the present Tonger, in the Tongerverse. Bubonic
It
plague.
has nothing to do with anything. It just
Is still no, because Beetlejuice wanted to just pop in and say hello and remind everyone about his Tongerverse fun. Gotta love Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Interstate Trucker.
Yeah.
Again with the monster vibes, and again with the Bell Gunnis vibes that I do like, and that's the true crime vibes going back again to the murder mystery, like Clue.
Yeah. It really is. So, folks, if you're tuning in for the first time and you're trying to get a sense of what this is all about, we're going to give you a sense right here with the simplest exercise that we can possibly do. And we call this Tong Chi.
Tong Chi.
All right. So in Tong Chi, you simply center the energy that flows within your human corporeal vessel into, and you put the Tong up here and you declare, I Tong, therefore I am.
And whatever you are is whatever you say after that.
That's right.
I Tong, therefore I am.
I Tong,
at peace.
Therefore I am. You could say it as any character you want.
As any character you want. I Tong, therefore I am the queen of beef jerky.
Hickory smoked beef jerky.
No. This is going to be, we're going to have a Tonger feud over this forever. Keep that hickory off of my beef jerky.
Okay, let's have it in the comments. Those of you who are watching on replay, hickory or no hickory on beef jerky? I mean, really, just give us the truth here. I think we know what you want to say.
What is your truth? What your it's all about what your truth is. So do tell us, what is your truth?
My truth is that hickory smoke makes quite literally everything on earth better, more delectable, less of this.
Less I don't think that's true either. Calamitousness. I know, not over hickory smoke flavor.
Whole lot of this.
No,
whole lot of this.
We're gonna have a Tongerian feud over this situation.
I know you think we got a lot of this happening.
I defy you to find a hickory smoked jerky that Frankie would enjoy. Challenge presented. All right.
Well, you want to do a scenario? Let's go through a scenario, shall we?
Oh, let's do.
All right. Let's say in the event of this,
thermonuclear.
All we have left is hickory smoked jerky. Where do you land on the question?
I am going to cannibalism.
I knew you.
No.
I knew you would. I knew it wouldn't even be a debate.
No, it wouldn't.
I know why you're doing it. You're cheating.
That's because I will not defy my hickory smoke truth. Even in thermonuclear war times, I will not do it. I'm gonna go. You know what? And Sage, the intern, we have decided did have an alternate life in the Donner Party, so she's already got some skills she'll be able to remember and bring over. That'll be useful. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with cannibalism. Sorry, not sorry.
You're right, but you're making somebody very upset when you say that.
Who's that? Lieutenant Peanut Buttermouth. Okay, whatever. No. We don't know that for sure. I mean, listen, if I died in my apartment alone, how long would it take for my dog to start eating me? Probably not as long as I would like it to. So Peanut Buttermouth might be acting like he just loves you like a dog loves you, but he will start eating your face when that thermonuclear war happens, he will absolutely eat your face, I think. Again,
for those of you just tuning in, we've gone from cat mutilation to thermonuclear war to a dog eating you within the span of 30 seconds. I must say, this is incredible because anything is possible in the Tongerverse.
Anything is possible in the Tongerverse. Just listen, follow along with the stream of consciousness as it goes, because it's a whole lot more fun if you do. Don't. You're thinking about it? Stop thinking about it.
Not thinking about it. There is no thought in the present Tonger. There is only being in the present Tonger. And speaking of being, where's my effing ZD Tonger? That's...
I don't know. I don't have it. Obviously, if Frankie did have it, I would have sauce all over my shirt because there's no way that I don't drop food on myself. I'm a messy eater. Don't care, because you know what? That's more fun anyway.
It is. This is a Sopranos reference, and I think it's important to put it in here if we're talking about look.
Do we have to have a feud about the Sopranos?
We do. We have to. There's so many feuds within the Sopranos. We have to have a feud about the Sopranos.
We have to have a feud about the Sopranos just in general, I think.
Okay, so this is a great feuding point.
Okay.
And we're gonna bring this in today.
I'm excited
So
about it. Let's do this.
who, in your estimation, let's say season 1, Tony was taken out. Who's the boss? Who should the boss of the family be?
The boss of the family should have been Tony's wife. I mean, keeping things together all the time with all the nonsense going on. I think, I think she's the natural choice. But again, feud about Sopranos in general. None of the characters grew. There was no like evolution. You keep doing the same stuff over and over and over.
Until they just all eventually just died.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you say that like you enjoyed that bit about it.
Kind of did. It was a great microcosm of, I would say, most of humanity's history. Just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again with no growth whatsoever. Just keep killing each other off while we keep doing the same stuff.
Let's just keep having wars like it does anything to change anything. Let's just fight with each other like it ever solves anything. Let's bang our heads against the wall and continue to look at the things that don't work. Like, no, Present Tonger.
None of them. Well, I take it back. I think there was one character. Now, this is open to debate, but I'd love your perspective.
Okay.
I think there's one character who lived constantly in the Present Tonger on The Sopranos. And that was Silvio.
Okay, listen, you're going to have to remind me because it's been
okay, so he's the guy who ran the strip club.
Okay.
And had the shoulders and always walked like this, and then the whole thing. And I believe that he lived in the Present Tonger because he wasn't concerned with the drama of the family dynamics. He didn't want to go to war. Just wanted to run a business and dress incredibly snappy and just be.
And that is
just be.
I would have to rewatch the show, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to be honest with you because I was upset about the fact that everybody was just banging their heads against the wall, just a bit like Silvio Tonger.
Tonger.
We're just trying to be. Listen, I'll go ahead and agree with you for the sake of just going into it. Why not? If he was just playing the bestest strip club owner that he could and just doing his thing, that's why he was able to stay out of the drama, because he was in the Present Tonger, just being the best version of the character that he decided to play. And that's why none of that stuff stuck to him. So if you don't want the drama to stick to you, Present Tonger is where you need to be. Many kudos to Silvio.
Okay, we're going to talk about something. I love this. And okay, Queen Tongerian, you ready for this?
Yes, all day, every day, Seinfeld Tonger, of course. This I can reference.
Let's chop it
Seinfeld I can reference much better than The Sopranos, and I will rewatch it many, many times, happily.
I think Seinfeld was arguably the greatest Tongerverse show that ever existed for many reasons. First of all, Tonger, it was a show about nothing.
I loved Friends too, though, a little bit. Sorry, nope. Go ahead.
This is your Tongerverse.
My Tongerverse involves Seinfeld and Friends. I don't know. Maybe that's just that Thursday night must-see TV stuff from, when I was younger. That was a little bit of a sentimental yay fun times. But continue. Seinfeld, the show about nothing.
The universe is about nothing.
The universe
and Tonger is about nothing.
And the Tonger is about nothing. It's about the only meaning that Tonger has is the meaning that you assign to it. And that's the beauty of Tonger, as is the beauty of the Present Tonger, as is the beauty of your entire Tongerverse. It has no meaning and no definition other than that which you assign to it, because you are a Tongerian and you have that power. And isn't that a wonderful, lovely, beautiful thing?
It sure is. And Seinfeld Tonger is the wonderful microcosm of this entire thing. So here's the episode we're going to refer to today.
I'm so excited.
The Even Steven episode.
Okay.
Where Jerry talks about how everything always just evens out for him. Jerry he lives in this space of utter non-attachment and living in the Present Tonger. So he goes to the restaurant and he breaks up with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And she's expecting a big song. Oh, no, sorry. She breaks up with him. Sorry. She says, Jerry, I don't think we can do this anymore, after he's going on another one of his inane rants about God knows what. So she breaks up with him. And he said, okay. And she can't understand it. She's waiting for the fight and the whole song and dance about it. And it's like, no, okay. I'm sure I'll meet somebody else. It's been very nice dating you, Anne. Good luck.
Good
luck.
And
he picks up his coat and walks away.
Because again, in the infinite Tongerverse, everything is easily replaceable because it is infinity. So don't worry about it. If things are just, sometimes things exit your existence on their own because they're supposed to. So don't hang on to those things. Let them go. They're making room for you for something new and something better.
Always something better. In that episode as well, Jerry was talking to Elaine about how everything evens out for him. Philosophically, he's talking about this. So she can't truly wrap her mind around this because I don't think Elaine quite lives in the present Tonger the way Jerry did. So she asked him for $20. He gives her $20. And she said, everything comes back to you, right? He said, yeah. She takes the 20. She goes to the window and she throws the 20 out the window. She said, let's see if that comes back to you now. Of course, the audience gets a big laugh. Everyone's having a good time. So they all get ready to go out. Jerry puts his jacket on and he finds a 20 in his jacket.
Because the universe can replace anything instantly for you.
Instantly.
In the present Tonger.
Now, George Costanza is arguably the most hilarious character in TV history.
You know what? I would tend to agree with that, although I do still also love Kramer. So we might have to have a little bit of a Poseidon Cthulhu Kramer versus, we might have to have a little feud going on. I do love Kramer.
Different kind of hilarious. Like both hilarious and different kinds of hilarious, because I think they both represent very core components of the Tongerverse, and there's beautiful comedy around the Tongerverse with each. So George,
do we get to
is
do our? Oh, this yes, he is. No, this is fun. We use Seinfeld to it's a Tongerverse breakdown of Seinfeld. That needs to be its own little book compendium, something or other that we will put in the Tongerian library. I am so very thrilled. Anyway, yes.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back to Mr. Costanza because he is also they're all my favorites. I love Seinfeld so much.
They are.
Anyway.
George is in perpetual resistance against the natural Tong Chi of the Tongerverse.
Yes, he is.
Constant resistance about everything. He's in fear, he's in stress, he's in anxiety, he's in resistance, he's in the sense that everything is wrong all the time.
He does have the one Tongerian epiphany moment though. It's not a lie if you believe it. So there is that element that he does recognize that you do create your own truth, even if he frames it a little bit that way. Say Vandalay! Say Vandalay! Love it. Okay, anyway, go back.
Yes. And Kramer is actually the essence of living perfectly within the flow of the Tongerverse.
I would tend to agree with that, and he shows up in the same way that things in the Tongerverse manifest, just through the door. There it is. Hello.
Yeah, just shows up. And one episode, Jerry was kind of lamenting this, and he couldn't understand it conceptually. He said, I just don't get it. The guy doesn't work. He falls ass backwards into money. He has women crawling all over him. Everything works out. You just can't understand how this guy he expends no effort. I am
pulling it into the Tongerverse that every Tongerian falls ass backward into money. Just all of you, all of it, all day long. Thank you, Tongerverse. I set the intention and I forget it. Anyway, back to George Costanza, please and thank you.
Tongerverse is getting upset.
Serenity now.
Serenity now. And his parents too. His parents are hilarious because the hilarity of the singularity, watching itself forget that it's the singularity and the most extreme example of itself, is just gold. It's Jerry.
Gold, Jerry. I love it. The stop short thing is something I think about all the time because I have a dog in the car that I'm always holding on to, and I like to hit my brakes hard. So I have to practice that move. And then every time I, stop my dog, I have to do he stole my move. Because that's what I do to no audience other than my dog. Because you know what? In my Tongerverse, I don't care if I have an audience or not. I'll just go ahead and be the silly fun that I am all day, every day, whether anyone's watching or not. That's my Tongerian truth.
There's a reason that these are never announced in advance.
Because they're not planned in advance. Because why should they be? Because they happen when they're meant to happen. Because the Tongerverse is perfect. It's perfectimus. Right.
It is perfectimus. The present Tonger cannot exist outside of the present Tonger. Then it wouldn't be the present Tonger.
Well, there is nothing outside of the present Tonger.
So if you're watching this, let's say on Wednesday, you're in the present Tonger, even though this was filmed on Sunday, but you're watching it now. Therefore, it is in the now for you.
And you know what? Maybe your truth is that it was because someone else's truth is that this is actually being recorded on Monday because somewhere in the world, it's already Monday.
It is.
So It may not even be Monday in your or Sunday in your Tongerverse when we're doing this. It may be Monday. It might not be Wednesday when you're watching it. It may be Thursday. Time isn't real. We don't have to be linear. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. Doctor Who.
Yes.
Crohn's Tonger. That is correct. Oh, I absolutely must get permission from my sister to tell some of the stories of the silly things that she says because they're too funny for me not to share with the world.
Please do. Please do.
Tongerverse, please let Shashi Page be in a good enough mood to give me permission to say some of the silly fun things that she has said about Crohn's, because there are a lot of people I'm sure out there in the world who would resonate with the hilarity of it because they also deal with stuff. But if you come back to the present Tonger, and laughter is a magnificent way to come back to the present Tonger, if you can find some humor in whatever is the stuff that is upsetting you outside of the present Tonger, you can get yourself back into the present Tonger. Correctimus. So I'm going to get that permission, Tongerverse. I absolutely am.
And I suspect I'm going to assume, I could be wrong, I'm going to assume some of the stories may trend in this direction, but so much the better.
No, listen, you have to hear them anyway because they're too funny. Come on. Don't. The Disgustimus stories sometimes are the funniest stories, and anybody who has ever worked in the medical industry, I'm sure. Like I was a CNA at a nursing home in high school, and my stepsister, who's a nurse, I mean, they got stories, y'all. It might be Disgustimus, but they're wonderful, beautiful human beings who help people, and sometimes those stories are really quite hilarious. Hilarious.
And you know we're going to be telling them on
Tonger 2024. Oh, is it going to become also like a little storytelling adventure? Oh, yes, the Tonget lights up. There we go. It's also a storytelling adventure. I don't know how we're going to incorporate that yet, but it's going to be exciting.
There will be live streaming that will be happening on the road as we go.
I love this.
It will be predominantly breweries and wineries.
Well, wherever you can find the Tongerian folks, you know what? We're going to go to a book co-op is where we're going to go. We're going to add that one.
I love that. Ooh, that's good.
They do the book co-op that serves beer and various fun beverages.
That's magnificent. And
it
will be a multinational tour because it will be traveling through Canada.
Ooh, how very exciting. Tonger goes international as if it already wasn't.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to have to learn how the Tonger... We got to say it in French, too. It's got to be Tonger. It's got to be Tonger. Oh, Tonger.
Nope. See, listen, I'm going to need to practice. I got... French accent I don't have. We got to work on that. That's what I'm gonna have to work on. I've got my French lady Claudette who I'm hearing sometimes when I meditate, and Tonger. I can't. I don't know.
Tonger.
I'm gonna have Tonger. I'm going to have to work on that. In my Tongerverse, I'm pulling it in from the Tongerverse that I get to channel all the other fun characters that I am who have lovely fun accents, and it will be very easy for me to just channel them and say them. I won't have to think too hard about it or practice too hard to do it. They'll just show up in the right Tongerian moments to say hello to our Tongerian fam in the present Tonger.
I think we're cooking. I like it.
I like it. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm really excited.
Because in the present Tonger, life is really very exciting when you get to ride that present Tonger wave. Creating your own Tongerverse, watching it expand out ahead of you. Don't look at the past and all the things that are wrong and incorrect. Don't worry about the things that might be that you don't like. Imagine just TWSS. What? Mm-hmm. What's this now?
That's what she said. It was a...
See, now it's like it's like a... What would Jesus do? But it's what would the Tongerverse do? What would a Tongerian do?
Okay.
This is what I'm trying to. What would a Tongerian do?
There it is.
That's what it is. That's what you need to ask yourself. All right, what is this? Tonger with Southern Sage. Tonger with Southern Sage.
Yes.
Is that not what we were doing?
That's exactly what we were doing. Okay, we're gonna do it properly. Is
that actually exactly what we were doing?
It's exactly what we were doing. No, hold on. For those who are watching.
Again, there I am thinking that I don't know and that I don't have the answers. But did I not just prove in the present Tonger that the answers just show up?
They just show up because every answer exists within the present Tonger, including The new name
Slendiferous.
for one of our deities of the Tongerverse.
Intern the Sage Tonger. Sage the Intern is sometimes Sage the Intern when she's learning and figuring things out. But I tell you, it takes her like from 0 to 60 understanding in 0.3 seconds. She becomes Intern the Sage all day, every day. And we had a lovely time. I just can't wait for us to talk to Double S because she had a great time. Again, playing Frankie Wrangler at a farmer's market. And I tell you what, Frankie needs a wrangler. Frankie needs a babysitter. And Intern the Sage, she is one hell of a Frankie babysitter. She does a great job.
I would certainly hope so. I mean, we're talking about an ascended master at the end of the day here. I mean, we're not just talking about some rando off the street.
No, she is a Intern the Sage is an effortless god, and she's so good at directing me through a crowd when it's time to get my ADHD back and be like, nope, we're going this way, Frank. Okay. I can't wait.
God, that's so good. That's so amazing.
She is.
I love that.
There she is. She's the effortless god. She really is. Saying hi, hello to some people that showed up, and she's like, doesn't even have to indicate to me. She knows that she doesn't verbally say it's hi. She just grabbed my back a little bit, just start pushing me this way. I'm talking to these people. Here we go. Like, okay, now we're going this way. Fantastimus. This is what I need. Someone who is gonna like direct me and herd me in the crowd.
Yes.
In the stage, she does a wonderful job.
Because all ADHD is just, it's the condensation of infinity into the meat suit. That's like, but it's a little too condensed. Everyone else is just like, oh, this is cool.
I'm just like excited about everything all day, every day. And it's the pinball machine situation. And if you just have somebody there to be like, okay, no, we're going to go over this way. Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. That's a shiny thing over there. Ooh, what's that? Can I touch it? Is this fuzzy? Is that dangerous? Is that poisonous? And that's when you need to get Intern the Sage to come and hang out and take care of Frankie. And I do so appreciate her for that.
Oh, yeah.
She's a wonderful addition to the House Tongerian. She's absolutely nanny to Frankie was a job that needed to be filled. I tell you what.
It always does.
It's 100% correct. That is correctimus.
Correctimus. I firmly believe that all fourth density consciousness exists within us until a certain age, usually about 3 or 4. And then like we get denser and denser and denser and denser. But I think ADHD, it stops there in terms of the densification. It just stops and it just stays in fourth density and it just never descends to third. But the body grows into third, but the consciousness never does. See, this fourth dimensional consciousness, third dimensional body. And they're like in this constant tug of war. Like, well, who's going to win today? Like, well, hell if I know. We'll figure this out like minute to minute.
Minute to minute, and that tug of war starts at 4 a.m. every day because that's when my brain wakes up. We're going to just go ahead and start fighting with you right now. But that's when get yourself into the present Tonger. And again, Bernie's been great about that with me. Tuning into that river energy. It's lovely. But yes, the ADHD, listen, it's also something that is very necessary in our culture because people need to learn how to follow along the stream of consciousness better.
That's the only way to do it. I mean, here's the thing about ADHD, okay?
Do tell us.
She's a school counselor, okay, in Massapequa. And she got all these kids that are coming in, they misdiagnosing them. They say they got this, they got that, they got the other. They don't know nothing. She's a good kid, very smart kid. They're smarter than her. Don't tell her I said that. I'm on the air. I hope she's not watching. If you are, I love you. I'll see you at Thanksgiving. but she's fine otherwise, but it's not this, all the dogs aren't barking all the time. It's okay. But the kids are very smart. But they're giving the kids all kinds of grief, all kinds of agita, they're shitting in the classroom. Okay. And the teacher's trying to give them a lesson, about maybe history. Okay. Maybe one topic. Yeah, what it is. You can be 1800s, war 1812. It's a good war. It's not a bad war. The Mets were pretty good.
It's a good war.
Yeah, the Mets were fine in 1812.
In 1812?
Yeah, it's a very good war. Let me tell you something, okay? You've been in Baltimore. It's a good city, okay? Yeah, we were raising the flag, singing songs. It's just like a party. It's a barbecue. It's a good time.
It's a barbecue. Yes, I love barbecue. I'm there for it.
It's great. But they got these kids down there. You're talking 1812. You got a couple of kids in the front row. Well, what about the things that led up to it? You look at the Revolutionary War. You got the British going here, there, and everywhere. We didn't secure the ports, and we got a shipping war. How happened? You got the Canadian thing up. They're all over the place. You know what they're saying? These kids, you're stupid. You're paying attention to nothing. You're daydreaming about this thing. That's fourth density consciousness trapped in a little kid. He's trying to teach you. You should listen. Am I wrong?
You should listen, because this is where we get into the revisionist history of the Tongerverse, where we get to time again, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff. It's not linear. This idea of teaching kids history suggests that time is linear and that things are fixed, but they absolutely are not in the Tongerverse. So you need to give the kids some time and space to create their own Tongerverse. You got to give them that opportunity to not see things as being linear, because they don't, and that is correctimus. They are the ones who are correctimus, and us in all of our history trying to cram that down their throats is the incorrectimusness. They are fluid and flowing with the Tongerverse. Get in, grab your tongs, y'all, and you can pick up your history.
Right here.
You can pick up your history books and throw them at the Tonger, at the Tonger target, at the Tonget. And whatever number you hit is the number of points that goes to the poor kids that you are trying to teach the wrong, incorrectimus things to. There it is.
Look at this lighting up over here. Should I give it a toss? Should I give it a toss?
Give it a toss. I will. What do we got here? What are we doing in the?
That's a match toss right there. Is what that is. Right there.
I love it. Well, listen.
Looking this year, Diaz hasn't closed nothing. Okay, what do we got over? Look at this. It's doing this thing again. I'm excited about this. We're gonna hit this time.
We're gonna do it. I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Beautiful. Look at that.
Beautiful. Magnificent.
She could throw. She could throw. Now, yeah, I should audition in the match. Maybe they pay me $100 million. I do nothing the rest of the guys. But, you know,
call it into the Tongerverse if you really want to do it. Go ahead. I'll call it into the Tongerverse. Joey, the Mets fan, is going to be able to throw a pitch at a Mets game.
God forbid. Don't even talk that into existence.
No, I'm gonna start a feud over it if you want to. Let's see who creates it.
I got my boss in the light workers union. He's booing me on the job. I got the other guys here. You got the scabs coming in there doing it. They're booing me. I don't need anybody booing me up there. I know the people that come out, especially the ones from Staten Island, especially the ones from New Jersey. They're going to be booing me out of the stadium. I don't need that.
Pause.
I got enough heartburn as it is.
Pause.
You got a little some tongs for me. Maybe we could do that. It's fine.
That's what I'm saying. You throw the pitch with tongs. You throw the pitch with tongs.
Okay, we throw the pitch. All right.
That's how you do it.
We got a pitch. We're going to throw it, okay?
Yeah.
A little wind up. All right?
All right.
That's it. It's like if the catch is over there, they hit the guy in the front row, and then I got a lawsuit on my hands, Jay.
No, the guy in the front row would be so very thrilled to get a Tongerverse gift like that. I mean, pop fly or whatever. What's the stuff that goes? I mean, come on, that's a game ball that he gets thrown with the tongs, and that's all the more exciting. Come on,
Frankie. I don't know the last time you've been in Queens. Nobody's excited about nothing. Nobody's happy about.
Well, I don't remember.
They hit the guy in the face with a baseball. Actually, I would make him happy. He says, okay, fantastic. I can get litigious now. I can call my lawyer. I got a good settlement. Then I've got to work another day of my life. It's a very good day. It's very exciting. It's good stuff.
You know what?
It's a great day.
Queens just needs to have a little bit of Bernie energy. So we just need to take Bernie to Queens and help everybody get into the present Tonger, where we will all be a little bit less stressed. And we will all love each other just a little bit more. And New Yorkers, I believe you can do that. I have faith in you.
I appreciate the faith. At the end of the day, we're all part of the same quantum singularity. Well, you're all part of the same thing. It's just one thing, and it went boom, exploded into a million different things. And it's you, and it's me, it's everybody. We're all part of the same thing. We're all trying to find each other home. We're looking over there. Yeah, it's home. Kind of miss it. Do you miss it? I kind of miss it. It's a good place, but it's not so bad down here either. You can have a good time unless you're watching the match. But if you're not watching the match, you're having a great time.
In the present Tonger, you are not watching the Mets, so life is good. And you have your tongs. Nobody's stolen your tongs.
Great time.
The klepto has not come to take your tongs from the kitchen. Tongerverse.
My cousin. The kleptos. Gotta get a lot.
It's okay. We'll have many new versions, many new tongs in beautiful colors that we will be sharing with our friends on the Tonger Tour 24. So don't worry. All the kleptos in the world can come around because the Tongerverse has the ability to replace your tongs for you with even more colorful Butamus tongs instantly. Because that's the magic of the Tongerverse.
It is. And we're going to be giving them away on the tour. That's the best part. We're going to be giving these multicolored things away. Look at that. Look at that. Was that peach? Was that nectarine?
I would call this, I would go with a peach. Sure.
Peach. That's a good one. Okay. Right.
I let presidents of the United States of America peaches. Millions of peaches. There we go. See?
That's a good song for the 90s.
I love it.
First kiss to that song. It wasn't consensual. She was a teacher, but it was a good kiss. The next one over here.
There's a story that's got to be told.
great story. Yeah, I was 14 years old, and I was growing up in Staten Island. Okay, it's such a good place to live, and I'll keep saying that because there's very dangerous people here that would not appreciate me not saying it. So it's a wonderful place to grow up. So anyway, growing up in Staten Island, at a school of thought, I'm paying attention the best way I could in the class. A history class, of course, it's a history class. They're talking about World War II. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of bad people in World War II, and the teacher's looking at me as a judgment. Teacher was very advanced. Let me tell you, like, that's a judgment. Okay, you're saying that's good, that's bad, that's this, that's the other. Maybe this is a very enlightened teacher. I don't know what enlightened. I couldn't spell enlightened. I spelled my own name when I was 14 years old. But I knew she was enlightened. Okay, so she takes me out back. Okay, and I'm 14, and she says, Joey, okay, I'm going to give you a little bit more enlightenment. Okay, and this is where the enlightened part went away, and the predatory part came out. We're a little bit this, and we're a little bit that. Most of the time, she was this, but that day she decided to be a little bit of
That's a hell of a combination in the Tongerverse for enlightenment and being predatory. That is dangerous.
Everybody's asking, what did you rat her out for? I said it wasn't a very good kiss. What do you want from me? If it was a good kiss, I wouldn't rat her out. Get the party going. What are you going to do from me? What do you want? What do you want from me? Anyways, that's how it is.
Could have gone very differently if it had been a Jessica Rabbit situation.
Absolutely. People say you can't laugh about this. It's not funny. Of course it's not funny. She's a bad kiss. She had bad breath.
Of course, listen, of course it's not funny, but if you don't laugh, again, laughter brings you to the present Tonger. And in the present Tonger, you can transmute any of that energy of those things that were difficult, whatever you want to call it. Guess what? In the present Tonger, all is fixable in the present.
I got to tell you though. I got to tell you something, Frankie. A little confession. Is that okay? Can I make a confession?
Absolutely. Safe space in the Tongerverse, always, all day, every day.
Got nothing but love for these teachers. I got nothing but love because what I would say to her, if I had to go, a chance to go back in time, time's a construct anyways. I say, listen, what you want to do here, you want to really, really evaluate your decision, okay? Because this could lead to an alternate timeline, which you may not love too much. So here's what you should do instead, okay? You got this kid and you want to plant a little kiss on the kid, okay? You want to do the thing? Listen, before you do that, just think to yourself, what would create a better timeline than this? And go back to that present singularity, and what would create a better timeline? A decision to get a peppermint before you do it. And there you go.
And whatever, listen, you're looking for the highest timeline.
For you. Maybe it's not right now. Maybe you don't go to jail.
You just want
that's what I would do to help her out.
Whatever is the most harmonious, highest timeline version is always what we're looking for in the present Tonger. What is the most harmonious and highest timeline for everyone involved?
I think that's the one.
That's the one that's the one I'm always looking for.
If you're kissing somebody without a peppermint, it's not a very good timeline. I mean,
well, again, now listen, sidebar tangential with tangential. We're gonna have to feud though about the peppermint versus spearmint again. Green minty versus red minty.
I figured that might be a very contentious thing for you, Shay. I want to get too much down a rabbit hole. So you don't like hickory. We know that about you. I don't like hickory neither. That's fine. I know the other guy likes it. I don't like it neither.
Oh, I see how that's very
too smoky.
It is.
What am I doing? Am I eating a meal or am I eating a campfire?
That is exactly how I feel about it.
It's just tough food. It's a campfire.
I enjoy the smell of a campfire. It's fine when it's hanging out on my sweatshirt because I've been hanging out by the campfire. I don't want to eat a campfire.
It's fine if you're a carpenter bee. But I'm not a carpenter bee, at least not in this point of singularity focus. I mean, but I kind of am at the same time. I mean,
you are at the same time, and that would be a fun thing to explore. Being a carpenter bee, those little buggers, they're insane, loud, and crazy. It is a big bee, and they
come right up on you, like they look right in your face, they're flying right in front of your eyeballs.
Oh
they're not gonna sting you, but they're gonna make you think they're gonna sting you.
Sometimes they'll run smack into you. I have had that happen. Where just like. Excuse me, I know that we're both trying to get somewhere, but again, highest, most harmonious timeline. I don't think you wanted to smack into the giant thing walking around, and I didn't enjoy it either.
Well, if you're a timeline where you're actually high, you're probably smacking into it anyway. That's a different timeline. How kind of highest
the highest timeline where you get to be the carpenter bee and the person that smacks into it, because you are able to see from all of those different perspectives all at once.
And on that beautiful note, we're coming up on an hour. So I'm going to close the show for him. He bugged off. The hell with that guy. We're going to have a great conversation next time. I want to thank you, Frankie, for coming out. I want to thank all of you for watching. We love you. We love you. We do.
So much love to all of you in the Tongerverse. We will catch you all in another present Tonger.
Tong on, French.
Tong on.